TV right now.
I think Arteta needs to take some blame in this one. If Arsenal had drawn this game today, it would have been partly on Arteta because of first of all, the less substitutions. Today, Arsenal was struggling. They were rudimentary, doing almost the same thing, and the game was pirated. They didn't make some substitutions until almost the 80th minute. And for me, that was a little too late. And if Arsenal had drawn this game today, it would have Beyond the Scoreline show on Transit TV. Arsenal 4, Leicester City 2 at the Emirates. Just last week, Arsenal was praised for their very, I don't know, I'm not going to put the adjective now to qualify that one. The solid defensive display against Manchester City at the Etihad last Sunday. And today, they almost returned back to the old Arsenal. If this game had ended 2-2, Leicester coming from 2-0 down to equalize 2-2 early enough in the second half, and this would have meant that Arsenal would have finished the week 5 of the EPL not more than 4th or 5th on the table. A weekend that Manchester City just drew a game against Leicester. Arsenal had the chance to either go top or at least second on the table before Liverpool plays against Wolves. So yeah, it was an interesting one. Leicester City, they are shaking Arsenal and giving them a wake-up call, if you want to use that adjective right there. But Arsenal managed to come back and win this one 4-2 at the end, scoring 2 goals at 7 minutes extra time to win this one 4-2, meaning that Arsenal has now conceded 4 goals in 2 games. I think Mikel Arteta needs to probably revisit his defensive tactics and approach to games. So yeah, a few talking points in this one. 5 things that you may not have seen or noticed or observed, or 5 things we learned in this one. And we're going to start with Calafiori. Calafiori has, last weekend, if you want to say so, if you haven't noticed him before last weekend against Manchester City, announced himself as a solid player for Arsenal coming in from the Serie A over the summer. But not just the very powerful and functional strike that he scored to equalize for Arsenal last weekend, but his defensive display as well, his awareness, or look like he is made for the EPL, for his display in that game. And of being an integral player in the defensive display for Arsenal at the Etihad last Sunday. Today, he started very well. In fact, for the first half, Arsenal, of course, was very dominant in that first half, almost reducing Leicester City to a training material. Calafiori is shown, there are things we want to talk about this player. I'm looking at him, technically, he is very gifted, very good, top quality. He can make runs into the box, dribble, he can make crosses, he can pass, and overall is also a proper defender. So he was one of the standout performers in the first half that I saw us now lead this one 2 goals to 0 by 30 minutes into the game. Calafiori as well showed some level of composure on the ball. He wasn't hushed. He can't rush him. He was composed, made decisions, and took his time as appropriate on the ball as well to pick up passes and make very nice decisions. Which means he has fitted, or he fits very perfectly into what Arteta is trying to do, into the kind of player that Arteta has signed so far for Arsenal. But again, this is EPL for you. Again today, I'm sure he would have learned a very massive lesson, because that second goal, I would say, it was his fault, kind of, because and that exactly also, you can also blame him for the first goal for Manchester City at the Etihad last week Sunday. So he needs to wake up. He needs to understand that the pace of this league, and that there is no lost cause. In EPL, players chase lost cause. because when that pullout was made by Ndidi, very wonderful pullout by Ndidi, I'm sure he would have thought that he was gone. But EPL never fails you. Justin, on a full volley, scored what for me so far now should be the best goal of the season so far. I'm sure it's going to be India competing for the best goal of the season by the end of the season. So Calafiori, I'm sure you have learned your lesson today. If he was Gabriel in that position, yes, that pullout somehow caught him out of position, but he would have at least tried to backpedal that ball. I mean, for the way he reacted, you could see that he thought that was it, and his reaction was too slow. And the next thing you could realize is the ball was in the back of the net. So Calafiori, I'm sure you have learned your lesson today, and we go again. Martinelli, this has been a player that many have, including yours truly here, have called to probably be dropped from the first 11 for us, starting 11 for us now. He has not been scoring goals from the back end of last season, and his decision making so far has not been as good as well. So yeah, but again, Arteta kept faith with him and started him in this one, and he shone. Martinelli scoring the first goal and of course assisting the second one meant that he had a very blistering first half for Arsenal. Of course, you also know that there are one or two chances that he would have scored or made better decisions. So I hope this one will be a confident boost for him going to the season, so that he can kick on from now. Contributing 2 goals today is not an easy feat in any form of imagination. So Martinelli, I hope will grow from the confidence of today's performance and begin to make better decisions and put in better performances and bring in have more better end product for Arsenal into this season. And again, Leandro Trossard. The thing is, like many say, Manchester City, the reason why they have been winning this league for 5 seasons is because even when they miss big players, other players step in and find a way to perform. Arsenal have been missing their, what you call the most important player in Odegaard for the past 3 weeks now or 2 weeks now, and Trossard has been the player that Arteta has trusted to come in for Odegaard. And today, he has done really good in that responsibility, scoring goals and assisting goals. Today again, Trossard comes in with you can say it's 2 goals and very, very solid performance. Helping to keep the team ticking, picking good passes, having a very defensive display, and of course causing a lot of problems for Leicester going forward. So Leandro Trossard has stepped in again today to make claim for first 11 starting position. So Arteta, yeah, this is one of the problems, some of the good problems that coaches can have. By the time Odegaard comes back, Arteta is not going to be in a rush to rush into the team when players like Trossard are performing. So Trossard again has shown that he's a very, very important player for Arsenal since he came in from Brighton. He had his goal, and right now Trossard should be in the region of 20 goals, 25 goals contributed in the last season, almost 2 seasons now by December for Arsenal. January signing last 2 seasons, if you remember. So scoring 2 goals, 20-something goals now, contributing almost 30. I want to add assists. That's not a very bad return for a 17 million player for Arsenal 2 seasons ago. Yeah, Trossard again showing that he's a key man. Another talking point is Leicester. The way Leicester approached this game. First half, they were abysmal. They tried not to be too defensive. At the same time, we are not able to put pressure on the ball, especially on Arsenal. And this gave Arsenal players so much time on the ball. They had so much time in the first half on the ball because Leicester we are defensive, but at the same time we are not engaging. So which meant that Arsenal had a lot of time on the ball. And once they tried to, because they tried to when they decided to come out and go one-on-one with Arsenal all over the pitch, it became a little bit uncomfortable for Arsenal. Of course, they got their 2 goals out of nowhere, and it was all of a sudden. EPL, like it becomes a no man's game, and in the second half, they retreated to exactly what Arsenal did to Manchester City. and it became a problem for Arsenal to break them down. And they pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. Leicester was defiant. Arsenal, we know, has scored so many goals from corner kicks. It has become one of their get out of jail tactics. But in this game, they had double figures of corner kicks and couldn't find a way, couldn't break Leicester down in any way. And one of the reasons that was the Leicester goalkeeper. It was key to Leicester not conceding a lot of goals in this game. In the way the first half went, he thought that Leicester probably will go out of this game with like 5 or 6 goals conceded, which Arsenal had those chances, made those efforts, but their goalkeeper, the goalkeeper of Leicester stood between them and conceding goals. But again, towards the end, he started losing concentration with some difficult playing out from the back actions. Eventually, Arsenal broke Leicester with the corner kick. They make it very nasty. A lot of teams are complaining and have even officially written to EPL about the way Arsenal is the dark out tactics of Arsenal in corner kicks. Again, today from a corner kick, Arsenal went aggressive, mixed it up in the box for Leicester, and got their goal. For me, it was Leandro Trossard's goal, but I know it probably was recorded as an own goal for Ndidi. And I want to say something about that corner kick. Like I said, Leicester kept Arsenal from scoring from any spot kick in this game, corner kicks, most especially. But their coach made some substitutions, and it depends on how I want to look at this one. I will blame those substitutions maybe on the goal that was conceded, because he tried to make attacking substitutions to push Arsenal back. But this Arsenal are stubborn. Once they press you down. And those substitutions, I think, for me, was one of the reasons why Arsenal was now able to ruffle Leicester in that corner kick, because the players that went out, we are part of the players that dealt with the corner kicks. When you bring in Ayew and some other attacking players, they don't have that defensive nous to help in the box. And for me, this is the reason why Leicester eventually lost this game. Of course, the fourth goal was a mix-up in the defense. The keeper again made his normal save, but Leicester couldn't clear the lines, and Kai Havertz got a very, very lucky ricochet and made the goal 4 goals. So yeah, Leicester again shown why they relegated 2 seasons ago, shown why they have been struggling this season, because they are neither here nor there. Their Cooper, you remember, was sacked by Nottingham Forest. This is the same thing he did while he was there. He tried to be brave. Leicester, as well as concerned in this league right now, is not a powerhouse. So you need to try and stay as strong as possible defensively, and then try to see what you can achieve on a counter. Again today, the same, they were indecisive until late in the game, and of course that could not see them through into this one. The last talking point on this one will be Mikel Arteta. I think Arteta needs to take some blame in this one. If Arsenal had drawn this game today, it would have been partly on Arteta, because of first of all, the less substitutions today. Arsenal was struggling. They were rudimentary, doing almost the same thing, and the game was piling. He didn't make some substitutions until almost the 80th minute, and for me that was a little too late. And if Arsenal had drawn this game today, I would have blamed him for that. You could see Nwaneri when he came in, and that's another talking point in this game. Nwaneri is ready. He is ready. Would have gotten a very special goal today for Arsenal, if not for the save by the goalkeeper, and so many other plays that he made. So I think that if Arteta had made that substitution earlier in the game, Arsenal probably would have scored their goals earlier and would have had a more calm nerves at the Emirates. So Arteta, substitutions again came in late today. And secondly, we saw Manchester City last weekend struggle to break Arsenal down in the defensive shape. Leicester did the same thing today, and Arsenal was playing exactly the same way that City were playing against them last Sunday. And the only difference with Arsenal was a little bit quicker, with the movement of the ball, and had a few runners on Leicester. But there wasn't much difference. I thought that the team would have learned from that experience of last weekend. So Arteta needs to find a way to break teams down. That's going to be a constant feature for Arsenal going into the season. And lastly, Arsenal needs to take their chances. They need to take their chances. The reason why this game was locked today was because they did not take their chances. Arsenal had a lot of chances today to score. I don't know where the solution is going to come, if it's having a different dynamics in attacking, or the players, working on their finishing, or probably switching around play. Like I say, Martinelli has not been good. Do you want to start Raheem Sterling or Jesus? Or something has to be done. You have Jesus on the bench, you have Raheem Sterling on the bench. Make substitutions on time, switch things around, and try to find solutions. Because the way Arsenal has been playing, or the way they played in this game, it looks very rudimentary. And if you have a smart coach and a better quality team, they probably would have seen this one out, and that would have meant dropping 2 points. So, but again, 3 points is 3 points.